Then Sandy could not have died from an overdose of lemon juice, which is what I saw Crow put in his flask. Turtle could have called on Angeli to testify that, but she did not want her screwy sister confessing all over the place. I never heard of anyone dying as a result of lemon juice consumption, the expert replied. One more question, intern dear. Do you swear that Sandy had a bruise on his shin resulting from a kick? Absolutely, I should know, having been the recipient of such a kick myself. You may step down. I call Sidel Pulaski to the stand. Sidel Pulaski. Overcome with excitement, the secretary had to be helped to her feet for the oath-taking. Miss Pulaski, I must compliment you on your good thinking in taking down the will in shorthand. Professional habit. This looks professional, all right? The typing is perfect. Well, almost perfect. It seems you left out the last word in section 3. The state is at the crossroads. The heir who wins a windfall will be the one who finds a what, Miss Pulaski? Finds a what? Sidel squirmed under Turtle's hard stare. Leave it to the brat to discover my one heir. There was so much talking I couldn't hear the last word. Come on now, Miss Pulaski. You claim to be a professional, hounding the witnesses and doing it well. Judge Ford thought, coming to the secretary's defense. I don't think anyone heard the word, Turtle. Mr. McSuthers made a joke about the ashes at that point. You are excused, Miss Pulaski, Turtle said offhandedly, her eyes on the wall. The judge was right. Sandy had joked about ashes scattered to the winds. Windy Wimclapple. No, it still doesn't make sense. It is not what you have, it's what you don't have that counts. Maybe no word was ever there, she read on. Fourth, hail to thee, O land of opportunity. You have made me the son of poor immigrants, rich, powerful, and respected. So take stock in America, my heirs, and sing in praise of this generous land. You too may strike it rich, who dares to play the Western game. Fifth, sit down, Your Honor, and read this letter to the brilliant young attorney you will now hand it over to. Judge Ford, could you introduce as evidence the letter that brilliant young attorney handed over to you? It is just the usual certification of sanity signed by Dr. Sykes, the judge replied as she removed the envelope from her files. But the letter was gone. The envelope now contained a receipt. Check received November 1st, $5,000. Check received November 15th, $5,000. Total amount paid by Judge Ford, $10,000. Cost of educating Josie Joe Ford, minus $10,000. Amount owed to Sam Westing, 0. I'm afraid the original letter has been replaced by a personal message. It has no bearing on this case, and... Yes, please, a trembling Madame Hu stood before the judge. For to go to China, she said timidly, sitting a scarf-tied bundle on the desk, weeping softly. The thief shuffled back to her seat. The judge unknotted the scarf and let the flowered silks float down around the booty. Her father's railroad watch, a pearl necklace, cuff links, a pin and earring set, a clock, Grace Wexler's silver cross never did turn up. My pearls, Floribama exclaimed with delight. Wherever did you find them, Madame Hu? I'm so grateful. Madame Hu did not understand why the round lady was smiling at her. Cautiously she peered through her fingers. Oh, the other people did not smile. They know she is bad, and Mr. Hu, his anger is drowned in shame. Perhaps stealing is not considered stealing in China, Sidel Pulaski said in a clumsy gesture of kindness. The judge rapped her gavel. Let us continue with the case on hand. Are you ready, counselor? Yes, Your Honor, in a minute. Turtle approached the frightened thief. Here, you can keep it. With shaking hands, Madame Hu took the Mickey Mouse clock from Turtle and clutched the priceless treasure to her. Thank you, good girl. Thank you, thank you. That's okay. The heirs were anxious for the trial to continue. They pitied the woman, but the scene was embarrassing. 1/2 hour to go. Turtle was so close to winning she could feel it, taste it, but still the answer eluded her. Ladies and gentlemen, who was Sam Westing? She began. He was poor Windy Wimclapple, the son of immigrants. He was rich Sam Westing, the head of a huge paper company. He was a happy man who played games. He was a sad man whose daughter killed herself. He was a lonely man who moved to a faraway island. He was a sick man who returned home to see his friends and relatives before he died. And he did die, but not when he thought he did. Sam Westing was still alive when the will was read. The judge rapped for order. Turtle continued. The obituary probably phoned into the newspaper by Sam Westing himself mentioned 2 interesting facts. 1. Sam Westing was never seen after his car crash. 2. Sam Westing acted in 4th of July pageants, fooling everybody with his clever disguises. Therefore, I submit that Sam Westing was not only alive, Sam Westing was disguised as one of his own heirs. No one would recognize him with the face bashed in from the car crash. His disguise could be simple: a baggy uniform, a chipped front tooth, broken glasses. Sandy? Does she mean Sandy? The judge had to pound her gavel several times. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Turtle went on. Sam Westing was none other than our dear friend Sandy the doorman. But Sam Westing Did not drink, you say? Neither did Sandy. I used his flask on Halloween, and there was a funny aftertaste in my mouth, but not of whiskey. I know how whiskey tastes because I use it for toothaches. It was medicine. Sandy was a sick man, and the flask was part of his disguise, but it also contained the medicine that kept him alive. Turtle surveyed the stupefied audience. Good, they bought her little fib. As I said earlier, I saw Crow fill the flask with lemon juice in the kitchen, but I saw something even more interesting on my way back to the game room. I saw Sandy coming out of the library. Sam Westing, as Sandy, wrote the last part of the will after the answers were given, then locked it in the library desk with a duplicate key. But what about the murder, you ask? Turtle said. Even though no one had asked, there was no murder. The word murder was first mentioned by Sandy to put us off track. I did not die of natural causes. The will says my life was taken from me by one of you. Sam Westing's life was taken from him when he became Sandy McSuthers, and Sandy died when his medicine ran out. Turtle paused in pretense of letting the airs mull over the last words, trying to figure out what to do next. Why did Turtle leave out Barney Northrup? The judge wondered. She knows Northrup and McSuthers were the same man, because of the bruised shin. Either she doesn't want to confound the jury, or she has no more idea than I have why Sam Westing had to play two roles. Why did Sam Westing have to play two roles? Turtle wondered. He had a big enough part as a doorman without playing the real estate man as well. Why two roles? Not two, three. Wendy Winkloppel took three names: Sam Westing, Barney Northrup, and Sandy McSuthers. The judge had a question. Surely Mr. McSuthers could have had this prescription refilled. Are you implying he committed suicide? Pardon me, Turtle was searching the will. The state is at the crossroads. The heir who wins a windfall will be the one who finds the fourth. That's it. That has to be it. The heir who finds the windfall will be the one who finds the fourth. Wendy Winkloppel took four names, and she knew who the fourth one was. Keep calm, Turtle. Alice, Tabitha, Ruth, Wexler. Slowly, very slowly, turn toward the judge, act dumb, and ask her to repeat the question. I'm sorry, Your Honor, would you repeat the question? Turtle knows something. The judge had seen the expression before. Sam Westing used to look like that just before he won a game. And he asked if you consider Sandy's death a suicide. No, ma'am, Turtle said, sadly, very sadly. Sandy McSuthers, Sam Westing, suffered terribly from a fatal disease. He was a dying man who chose his time to die. Let me read from the will. 6. Before you proceed to the game room, there will be 1 minute of silent prayer for your good old Uncle Sam. Ladies and gentlemen, heirs, for we all inherited something. Let us bow our heads in silent prayer for our benefactor Sam Westing. Alas, Alice, Sandy the doorman. Crow, Otis Samber leaped to his feet as Plum led the cleaning woman through the door.